Wow, one of the world's iconic national anthems, the Italian national anthem. This is Kid and Petter filling on Gade. He's on assignment in the UK covering Brexit for TCR News. This is Kid and Petter coming to you live from my mom's basement once again, and I'm joined by W. How are you doing, my Monegasque friend?
I'm doing fine, tired as always. Hope to see some excitement. We've begun the qualifying, which I found it a bit weird why everyone's not doing 190s. As we in fact know from our latest breaking news of weather forecast, it's gonna be a full rain for the race.
Full rain, so we've got, yeah, these guys, if they're smart, probably have some wet weather setups on. We had a full rain race last year in Monza and Golden Class, and a wet weather setup wound up prevailing because he was the only one that had an actual one fitted. Looks like Jippo's going to be getting a big old toe off his teammate Fire up here, coming up on their final qualifying laps. I do have the standings here. We have a pretty big day. I would say Chargers has pretty much wrapped this one up. If he finishes first or second, he will win outright. He has a 17-point advantage over Bam Bam in P2, followed by Bam Bam's teammate Inya, Jippo lucking up, Fire Up, D-Swish, Case, and P-Dog Peyton. It's pretty much just delaying the inevitable at this point if he doesn't get it, though. Looks like Renault and Red Bull are in a pretty big battle at the moment. Only about 27 points separating the two teams, with Renault on top. But it's got to be said, these Red Bulls, they've got some pretty good pace here today.
Yeah, despite being an absolute zero downforce track.
Well,
Oh, that's fine if we just crash his teammate.
Oh.
If that's
yeah, you know, we do see this a little bit more in silver class than the other classes. A little bit of teammate interference there. I thought Jippo was trying to get a toe. I'm not sure. I thought they were setting that one up. I'm not. Beyond me. Beyond me. I missed it. I missed it.
oh yeah, zero downforce track.
Zero
Well, it's
downforce.
not gonna be zero downforce because it's gonna be raining.
Well, if they are running zero downforce, it's going to be a long evening for them. Well, actually, it'll probably be a short evening because they'll end up in one of these beautiful guardrails along the side of the road. So let's
Yes.
yeah, let's see how this shakes out right now. Just checking to see where everybody is on track. Is it? Appears someone looks like Connor retires.
Charger's still on the lap now. He's coming up to the Ascari.
Yeah, it looks like D-Swish is gonna be, or was it P-Dog Peyton is the first one in line here.
Oh yeah, coming out the Parabolica. Oh, never mind.
He's gonna just dart in. I think
Chargers.
Lucking Up was next. No, Lucking Up is also, no, he's also darting in. Bam Bam to the line. Down in P6 right now. Let's see if he can improve a little bit. And he does not. And he does not improve. That's tough for him.
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers also in second. And I believe that was literally. Well, I think D-Swish has missed his. Yeah, he missed the timing on that one by a little bit. So, gonna be a Red Bull lockout on the front row. Pro Kart Racer, the artist formerly known as Blaster Brennan. He's gonna be in P1, and Chargers, the heavy championship favorite, will be in P2.
As we say last week, safe bet. But
safe bet. Yep. And let's check the comments here. See if anybody's got any predictions down in the comments. Let us know.
I feel sick with Lopez. Hi, Lopez. And hi, Chad.
Lopez, chill out, man. Jeez, I thought we had like a bunch of people commenting. But yeah. What say you, W?
Oh my god, that's a good one.
Put you on the spot.
I want to see P-Dog doing well, so let's go with P-Dog in podiums. I don't know, second and third. I'll say third. Chargers gonna... Well, Chargers only need 17 points, and then the second will do, so maybe some team game he will let his teammate win. If Car Racer can stay focused on the line and the lead. I think it's his first time this season in pole. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. He usually has pretty solid one-lap pace.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to do it 27 times. So.
Yeah, and looks like these are gonna be full wet conditions here. I think I can see in the garage there, that Mercedes garage. Looks like they have wets laying out. Well, Clueless has given us a prediction. He says at least 3 people out in the first corner. I would say that is not the worst call in the world. Hopefully for our sake, it isn't, because I would like to see some battles for points paying positions. And we do have a bit of a light grid today, only 14 drivers. But nonetheless, or no, it's actually 13. Excuse me. Let's run down the old lineup here as I get these full wets. Pro Car Racer on pole. Chargers P2 looking to clinch the inaugural Silver Class Championship in TCR. Fire Up Flow in P3 in his Alpha. D-Swish in P4 in his Mercedes. P-Dog Peyton, his pretty solid P5 for P-Dog Peyton. Bam Bam down there in P6. He certainly would have been hoping to do a bit better here today. Jippo in P7. You can say it if you want, W.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I can't do it. He's in a Dolphin Chaser in P9. Lucking You Up in P10, followed by Kano in P11. Seek and Destroy P12, and Case in P13. I think Case had a little bit of a off on his first hot lap. He seemed pretty upset at someone. I didn't read his full comment. I have a commentary to do. So, that said, should be a fun one here. Obviously, medium traction and ABS helps a little bit in the rain, but as you can see from this onboard from the Pole Sitter Pro Car Racer 07, this track is completely waterlogged right now. It's going to be a tricky start to the races. It looks like everybody else was flying, or he was flying on his pace lap. Theft is going to say Charger P1, Fire Up P2, and D-Swish in P3. Thank you, Theft. I will bet you Canadian money on that. As we get ready here on the grid, Brennan, what kind of start can he get from P1? What can Bam Bam do? I mean, he has to keep it close within Chargers to keep this going to the next round in Montreal. It's all on the line here for Chargers. I'm not expecting too much of a risky first lap, but we're about to find out as we have 1 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are go from Monza. Pro Kart seems to get a pretty good jump off the line, and it looks like Chargers just did not get too much of a start as one of... Oh, and everybody's locking up here. Said Brennan went wide. Lots of guys going shortcutting the first chicane there. Looks like Pro Kart did get himself a penalty. 3 seconds.
I'm struggling now. He's in 7th, coming up in 9th.
Yeah, those guys are going 4 wide for a second as we got Swish and Fire Up. Ooh, we got a gaggle of cars here, and that's lucking you up. Corner cutting, gained a spot. That's a 5-second penalty for him. As Jippo gets around the inside of D Swish, heading to the first Lesmo. But oof, boy, these guys are close right here. You might want to spread out a little bit so you can ride along with Bam Bam right now. See what the spray is like as we head under the old oval. It is not ideal. Not ideal conditions. As lucking you up. It's going to peek on the outside of Inya. It's not going to get it. Ooh, beautiful. As you can see the brake disc glowing in this gloomy condition. No DNFs, as Theft points out, so if anybody took the over-under of 2.5, I regret to inform you, the over did not hit. It's pretty good. Oh, and that looks like lucking you up's going wide. His Chargers puts in the fastest lap. I wonder if Brennan's just going to let him by here with... No, he's not, with that 3-second penalty.
Flying Jippo and the switch touch a little bit as Flying Jippo goes wide.
Oh, it's another 5 seconds, and it's another 5 seconds from Pro Kart Racer in first. As what happened to Jippo?
Yeah, he just touched with this switch.
Oh, gotcha. Trying to keep up on all these penalties are coming in hot and heavy early on here. Gonna have to check into that as you get later in the race. Solid start, I believe, from let's see here, position change. Solid start from Casing Your Face, up 5 spots from dead last on the first lap. So not too shabby for him. I'll let you keep it on there since obviously everybody's going to be in the full wet tires. So we got a bit of a gap forming here. The two Red Bulls are gapping. Fire Up Flow here in P3. He's almost 3 seconds, or 2 seconds back now. As a cat tries to jump on my TV. D Swish is looking to make a move on Fire Up. Might be lining up down the main straightaway. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get that one into Parabolica, but these two.
Wide. So you might have a chance now.
Yeah, looks like certainly better exit, yeah. And Fire Up's just gonna. Oh, that's the fastest lap from D Swish. He is flying right now as he's saving ERS along. Oh, never mind. Is he saving ERS? I can't tell with the rain lights. Yeah, he's saving ERS. I think everybody's saving ERS because those. I don't think the wing lights flash if it's just raining. Yeah. Yeah, that throws P-Dog Peyton into the battle, looking to catch up on Fire Up Flow. Tough opening couple laps for the Alfa Romeo guys. Oh, and Bam Bam just trying his best to get by P-Dog Peyton, but I'm not sure. I think discretion is the better part of valor right there on Bam Bam's part. He is up into P6, but oh, and you know, as we've been following that, we missed Chargers going through to the lead. Not sure if that was orchestrated or not, but they have fallen into the clutches of D Swish. They had about 2 seconds on Fire Up Flow, but now D Swish is closed in to within about 1.2 on the leader, less than 3/10 on Pro Kart.
Just want to point out here in this heat, Monza, there's no team from Italy who's actually racing. It's either there's Ferrari or Formos. So a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
We should have some.
Well, you know, I mean, the fans don't come out for the silver class race. The Tifosi will be in a full throat tomorrow and Thursday, I'm sure. As Swish is gonna make a move.
Chargers get 3-second time penalty.
And Chargers gets he gets a 3-second time penalty. These penalties are just all over the place right now as Peyton loses out big time. Looks like Fire Up and Bam Bam get back by him. Bam Bam up to P5 now. And let's see if he... No, he's not going to try it into... is that Variante? Yeah, I think it's Variante. Jippo's around. Jippo is around. Jippo is not liking these wet weather conditions right now. I'll tell you that much for sure. Is looks like he lost it going or coming out of that. And oof, it's like Lucking You Up is sliding around as well.
Oh, his name is Lucking You Up? I thought it's like Looking Up.
No, it's Lucking You Up. I'm not sure if that's supposed to mean something. But hopefully he doesn't luck up his front wing today like he did last week. D-Swish starting to fall back a little bit now. I think he might have burned off a little bit of that ERS, sensing an opportunity. But with that 3-second time penalty on Chargers, he might be better off just kind of saving it for now. I think he knows that behind him Procart has a couple of penalties himself. So, not really worth pushing too much and risking it at the moment. Starting to fan out a bit. And looks like Fire Up and Procart is the closest battle on track as we go around Curva Grande. A little bit too far back to make a move, unfortunately.
Procart is struggling in the traction. And they touch, kitten.
There's a Fire Up.
Yes.
Yeah, I was flipping around. I was trying to find the best shot, but I think I lost it in the spray. Let's see if he tries. Oof, these guys are nose to tail now. As Procart doing his best bow toss impression, holding everybody up so Chargers can get himself a guaranteed top 2 finish. Teamwork makes dream work, a wise man once said. I'm right on board with Peyton. See how this spray is along the main straight. The Swish puts in another fast lap. You can't even see. Yeah, you can't even see. You can barely see the back end of the car in front of him. This is a full wet race.
Smoker Racer really missed the braking point of turn 1. It's a chance for R12. No. Couldn't capitalize.
Fireflow just putting the pressure on it, all aspects. I think he's gonna get the move here around the first Lesmo. Yeah. Procart. But wait, there's more. Procart Racer had a shallow exit through the second part of that chicane.
SFF goes wide.
Oh no!
It's
Bam bam.
Yeah.
After
braking.
okay. Oh, we got a yellow somewhere.
Oh, that's Dolphin.
That's Dolphin Chaser, and that is the first Lesmo, it would appear. Let's see if he can get it turned around. So knocks out the 50-meter board. No one needs that.
That's a lot of damage.
Does he have a lot of damage?
No.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, 50 meters. 50 meters, whatever. Got yeah, it looks like Chargers and D-Swish are going to be trading fast laps as Chargers has extended that gap up into the 2-second range. So Procart not giving up yet. In Case, I think Case might have just gone around because I think he was up in a P6. Unfortunate for Case. This is the first full wet race. Obviously, we had mixed conditions last week in Baku. Ooh, that's 5-second penalty for Bam Bam. That'll probably get reviewed. I think he probably cut the circuit whenever Case spun in turn 1. It's probably going to be sending that one into the officials, unfortunately. That is just one of the things in this game. No live stewards. Problematic. Absolutely. As we have another yellow in Sector 1. It looks like Dolphin Chaser once again. Now he does have wing damage. Not sure of the extent.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, now that is gonna affect his race, I would say. Dolphin Chaser, ironically, not adept to the wet weather conditions here today. You'd think that he would be loving it in the water. Let's go back up front. I'm trying to wedge that one in for the first 8 laps. See if see if P-Dog can close in here on a Pro Kart and fire up. Yeah, I wonder if Chargers is. See how the ERS is stacked up. Looks like Chargers is saving. Chargers having a nice little Sunday drive out here. He's got himself a 3-second time penalty. He knows he's going to have to cover that at the end. But through these first 8 laps, I think pretty much everyone aside from D-Swish has a penalty. So that is one thing working in his favor. Thanks, Theft. Theft likes the jokes. We're here to joke around. It's a Tuesday night. There's not a whole lot going on. I'll be here all night, TCR. Is Pro Kart still not giving it up? Looks like, you know, I thought it might have just been the pressure fire up was putting on him, forcing him into a couple of mistakes there. But I think pace-wise, they're pretty even here. They're not seeming to budge. It almost appears like fire up might be holding up the rest of this line. You've got another. Oh no, it's Dolphin Chaser again. Sorry, Dolphin Chaser. Sorry. I was not going to go on the Wall of Fame.
Wall of Fame or Wall of Shame?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop showing him. Nope, don't want to embarrass anybody out here. These are tough conditions after all. Can't deny that. Easy to make mistakes.
Oh, it's locking up! Oh, broke his wing. On the straight.
Ooh, coming out of Parabolica? Oh, and he's gonna have to make up the entire way around. But how do you lose it on the straight?
I don't even know.
Seek and destroy coming up on him. How did that happen?
Maybe it's like the case where, what's his name in 2016 in Monaco? Julian Palmer did it in Monaco.
Oh, well,
literally on the straight, yeah.
Well, come on. I mean, that's an affront to lucking you up, Julian Palmer. Jeez, Julian Palmer's terrible.
I mean, maybe it's like a similar situation.
Hey, might have, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he might have just gotten into the paint. Maybe he over revved it a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how that would happen. But
still running though, I guess.
P-Dog now closing in on Pro Kart Racers. It looks like Fire Up has kind of extended that gap finally. Might have just been holding on to some. Might have just been holding on to some ERS. Go ahead.
He still have P-Dog.
Yeah, P-Dog is he's ready to pounce. Let's get some decent exit out of Ascari. Bam Bam just gonna let these guys go after it.
I think Pro Kart is disconnected.
Looks like he might be. Well, not.
Oh yeah.
It does say that. It's an interesting move from him then. Yeah, it looks like unfortunately he has disconnected. Let's see if he can rejoin quickly, because that is not good. As yeah, I can't do it. Yeah. He's he's gonna be coming up to him at pretty much the worst part of the track to be doing so. As we see him jumping those curbs. Let's see if he can. He's gonna be losing time to his teammate Bam Bam up there, getting stuck behind Pro Kart here in the Lesmos. Let's head back to Bam Bam and P-Dog. As looks like Inya does make that move stick. Ooh, oh no, oh no, oh. Brennan's not going to be happy when he comes back to see that he just got, that his AI spun going through Ascari. Got Case back up to 7th after spinning the opening laps. He'll take pretty much whatever he can get at this point, I'm pretty sure. Not the best season from him. As and I say that as managing director of Sport Pesa Racing Point Racing. I still Force Indy to me, W.
Yeah, definitely. Speedo literally came through the first corner and getting another 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Nearing disqualification.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you do it twice, then yeah, you...
Well, yeah, that's, it's not going to be what he wants Jeff to come over the radio saying right there. As he, I guess he must have just completely missed that braking zone, maybe going for a move. Sorry I missed that, everybody. But yeah, I mean, he didn't really gain much. I think if anything, he lost time to fire up flow because he was right on him. So that 10-second penalty seems a little bit harsh. Predictions are forming that they are thefts. Charger fire up D-Swish in the Fantasy TCR League. That would be worth a pretty good chunk of points, if I do say so myself.
Chargers is the safe one.
He's always the safe bet. Now that B-Smooth has moved back up, racing with people more his, how do you say, speed, is, you know what? There is a bit of a dry line forming here. I wonder if they can throw inners on by the end of this race. What say you? You don't think? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, these wets can go for a while. I mean, I feel like it has slowed down a little bit. I wonder if anybody like a or a Case or anybody down here would, you know, even think about a move like that, just to see if they can get some spots back on the rest of the field. As Jippo throws in the fastest lap of the race. Jippo already pitted. I believe that was lap 8. Not sure why. Might have needed a wing change, but yeah, not too shabby from old Jippo. Looking for that extra point. As Pro Car Racer is still disabled as right along with Kano here in the Rocket Williams. Excuse me. I think my voice just cracked. But still undergoing puberty. Pardon me. But Bam Bam still about 6/10 as D-Swish goes fastest yet again. Yet again, D-Swish goes fastest. W, can you do me a favor and check and see if D-Swish has any penalties?
Yes, sir. Spoiler alert. It's gonna be a lot. Who, D-Swish?
D-Swish, yeah. Because I know Chargers has 5 seconds. But I'm not sure about... Or Chargers has 3 seconds, excuse me. But I'm not sure about Swish. I mean, the notifications were popping up. I mean, fast and furious those first couple laps of the race. So, you know, it's easy to miss, you know, 1 or 2 of them. But I feel like he...
warning.
Yeah, so pretty good stuff from D-Swish as he's closed that back down to about 1.5 seconds. As Chargers with a big old power slide coming out of the second Lesmo. I feel like now is a pretty good time to discuss. Or maybe it's not.
Hold on,
it's not. Bam Bam. It's not a good time to discuss anything except for Bam Bam getting around the outside of P-Dog. Peyton. Nice move from Bam Bam. The Bahamian Beethoven playing a symphony of overtakes. I'm gonna stop there. I don't know if P-Dog's gonna have a whole lot to come back to Bam Bam with that. Bam Bam's been really saving that ERS quite well. As D-Swish is going to go for the undercut here on Chargers. First of the leaders to hit the pits. Lopez has kitten put Joe. Who's Joe? Is that Bam Bam's real name?
Joe Mama.
Oh, dude. Oh, man.
God!
No recovering from that one. Bam Bam and P-Dog, they are going to come out of the pits. Same way they entered. I'm ashamed of myself. But, is Pro Card still? Can't tell. But, Swish, it's going to be interesting here, seeing where Chargers comes out. If he does pit here, because Swish was gaining exponentially there in those last couple laps before he hit pit lane. See if he goes in this lap as he comes around Parabolica. Got a cricket in my throat. And he's not. He's going to stay out one more time. Let's see if this overcut, a drastic overcut, a planned overcut from Chargers, works out in his favor. Time to celebrate. Fire up into the pits from P2 as Inya inherits that position. Can you out gaps? Case is in the pits as well as Brennan. Well, I gotta say, this race is gonna be I
don't want to call it out, but no one has stuck yet in the pits. Like last season, someone stuck in the pits.
My voice isn't actually cracking, guys. I don't know why. I'm drinking water and it keeps like going down the wrong hole. And he has P2 because he hasn't pit yet. Theft. Swish's overall gap is 23 seconds, and it is falling quickly here. Let's see if Chargers goes in this lap. Yeah, Swish is really he's really gaining here. I'm not sure what the exact. Chargers is staying out. One more lap.
One more time. I don't know the song, to be honest. I only know that like one line.
Yeah.
Is Nya going really wide after the parabolic, guys? So maybe they know something we didn't. Maybe they're gonna go in first.
So everyone has pit. This Jippo gets another 3-second time penalty. Everyone has pit except for Ya and P2 as Swish. Fastest lap is down to 22.8 seconds. That gap between he and Chargers, I believe that is enough to cover. Not sure what the exact pit delta is, but it is drastically more than 22 seconds, if I am correct.
So those who hasn't pitted yet are Chargers, Nya, Ono, and Dolphin Chaser. By the way.
Yeah, Dolphin Chaser's been hanging out back there without without his front end plate. Is Chargers waiting on enters? That's what I'm wondering, Theft. That's what I'm wondering. I think he might know that is his best chance with a 3-second time penalty. However, it might be silly in the grand scheme of things if all he needs is P2 to clinch the championship here at Monza, the best podium in all of Formula 1, if I do say so myself.
Isn't that Monaco?
What, with Prince Albert? Yeah, that's not that cool. No, Monaco, or Monza, whenever you like get up on the thing that overhangs, like over the front straightaway and everybody comes running out. It's a lot of fun.
If I were Monegasque, I would get rid of.
Prince Albert's not even a real prince.
Wasn't? What?
No, he is, but I don't know. I was just trying to trigger you. How hard is the rain, Lopez? Look for yourself. I mean, it's still coming down pretty hard, but as I mentioned about 5 laps ago, you can see a distinct dry line forming. Yeah, Charger still hasn't stopped. I think that might be what he's trying to do. And I think that might be what Inya's doing too. Let's see if it works for him. I think Kano's going to follow suit with those leaders. The man is committed to this strategy. I'm not sure what Jeff is telling him, but whatever it is, I want what he's smoking.
Is he even smoking?
He might be. I don't know. I mean,
he might be drinking juice. Champions.
Jeff does seem like a juice guy.
With kale.
Kale smoothie. Tasty. Carrots. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, Chargers can't win as it is. But I mean, I don't think he's struggling on these tires. Oh no, W has left the session. Should be able to join back here momentarily. As, yeah, Chargers staying out once again. Let's go for a ride with him on board. Let's listen to the sights and sounds of Monza in the wet. Yes, so that was a lap around Mods in the wet. I was just trying to give some time for W to get back. Seems like his internet may have just lagged out on us. So, yeah, here I am, just announcing by myself. No problem. There aren't any close battles right now. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Troubleshoot here a little bit. Excuse the screen as I invite W back to the party. Everybody was outside of a second of each other though, so technical difficulties. The rain is obviously with our connection here. Gee, it looks like W's still on. Should be able to get back. Voila. Scano gets another 3-second time penalty. He's in P6 at the moment. Oh, there he is. Hey, W.
Hey, I don't know if I can do the lobby again.
You should think you can.
I don't have the invitation. The invitation.
Can I invite?
Probably not.
Well, if you would like, you can just, I guess, pop on the stream.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be about 10 seconds behind. Yeah.
There we go.
But Yeah, Swish is, he's gaining hand over fist right now. Yeah, another fast lap, down into the 32.7s for Swish. And that gap is down to 17.5 seconds, as he is slowly closing in on Inyaz as well, who is in P2. Gotta say, I think we were, when we left off, I think we were talking about in the chat, that the Chargers it appears he's gonna try the inners here.
Just probably a brave move, smart move.
It's
It
pretty,
could look smart and stupid if there's no in between.
yeah, I do have to check the F1 rule book, but I'm pretty sure that you can't take a wet weather set of tires the entire distance, can you? You still have to change them?
Well, no, you have to bet, yeah, but the tire itself should be able to do it. In fact, the wet tires is hard.
They are more. They are more durable.
So inters more durable than hard tires.
Yeah, those inners are a bit wishy-washy.
Or maybe they just gonna go straight to dry.
I don't think so. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. I think the most prominent area of this dry line here that's forming is in turn 1, and we just saw. On board with Swish, he had a handful of oversteer coming out of that corner, coming out of turn 2. I think that might be due to the drying conditions. So it looks like, I mean, Chargers might be onto something. He's coming up on Seek and Destroy. Tough day for the McLarens. Both are about to get lapped, but hopefully that's not a bad omen for tomorrow.
I gotta say, the way these fish drive in this way, I'm gonna think that he has a high right height. The way he took the curves, just like brave.
Yeah.
A little bravery.
Nothing quite like it, but yeah, Chargers is staying out once again as we start lap 22 of 27. Oh, what just happened there? Oh man, was that?
Oh boy.
Seek and Destroy just completely lost it under braking behind the leader. But both these McLarens, they have matching wing damage now, I think. Or no, actually Seek and Destroy got out of it without any damage. Yeah, it looks like he might have just locked up his rears under braking.
Or he might have startled since Chargers brake so earlier than he thought.
Yeah, that's possible too. I mean, he has been on the same set of tires for 22 laps now. Let's go back to the leader. Yeah, Swish is down to 14.7 seconds at the moment.
I don't know the fixed that. But if it's gonna be still getting wet, then there's no point. I mean, he gonna lost the position to each again, perhaps. I'm not sure. As Procurator joins again.
Better late than never, I suppose. It appears now Bam Bam will most likely get the fastest lap of the race. But unfortunately for him, it might be too little too late on the championship, but it was only a matter of time.
Maybe they're only focusing on constructors now after this.
Yeah. Yeah, my math isn't that good. Unless you got a spin and... Or is that Sector 1 somewhere? Oh, and it looks like, boy, Seek and Destroy is just seeking and destroying those Pirelli signs coming out of turn 2.
That's a lot of damage.
Chargers is on AI. I think he might be looking up to see if he has to pit or not. Or maybe Chargers messed up somewhere. Let's see here.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
Because then, yeah, now Swish is right behind him. I guess you can't take it to the bank quite yet for Chargers. Yes, something happened to him. Something happened to him right there, and it might have something to do with these lap cars. I'm not sure. As
flight.
D Swish certainly sees that, and he's like, "Oh wow, how about that?" And remember, Chargers does have that 3-second penalty.
And he has to pit still.
I believe he does. Those are super old tires. I mean, I guess it is possible that, you know, he might have just lost it with these wets after 23 laps. You know, you can see these Pirelli signs that were lining the circuit right there are all gone now. And Lucking Up is going to retire from the session. I'm not sure. Not sure if that was voluntary or not. As Bam Bam picks up a penalty. Lopez says he lost the rear. No way he let those McLarens by. Yeah, he must have. Oh, and it is Lucking Up. Lucking Up did lose it out of the first Lesmo. You can see him right there on board with the McLarens.
And there's no
This game doesn't have safety cars, W. Okay, now what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to check, since W cannot get back in the lobby, I'm going to check Inya, see if Inya does have he has a 5-second time penalty. Another 3 seconds. Yeah, he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties, at least. Oh, he's got 11 seconds. Yeah, he's got 11 seconds worth of penalties. Is right on cue. Looks like D-Switch is gonna be looking on the outside of Inya. Let's see if Inya can hold the braking. And that was real deep from Inya's. These guys have not pit yet.
Yeah? Yeah. Two laps remaining. Are they gonna go pits like soon?
I don't know. I'm actually looking it up right now. If you have to pit in a full wet weather race.
And there's another yellow in second too.
Seek and Destroy, yeah. Seek and Destroy. That's the last of there.
Is it Ascari? It is
Yep.
Oh, he left.
Oh, and Swisher on the outside of Inyas. Around the outside of Parabolica. Let's see who gets the run. It's gonna be Swish, but Inyas right on his tail. Yeah, Swish is going to clear him, but D-Swish does lose over a second just in that corner alone, battling with him. He's trying to stretch that back out to a 4.5 second gap. Chargers needs 3 seconds clear. needs to be 3 seconds clear of Swish. If those wet weather tires can make it to the end and are deemed legal, which honestly I've never seen anybody try that before, so I'm not sure. I just googled it and nothing came up. So guess you guys are gonna find out at the same time that we find out.
Oh yeah, true. Or the game's gonna crash because no one has done it before. Wow. Casing your face actually close enough to keep a beat. Half a second. I don't know if it's increasing.
Now, we did have a similar situation to this last year, Platinum class. In Singapore, it was a full intermediate race. Or actually, no, it started raining at the end, and I believe Sean in the lead got disqualified because he went medium to medium or soft to soft, because he didn't realize that if it's not raining at the start, you have to still change tires. So he just tried to take them same compound all the way. Not exactly the same thing, but similar circumstances as D-Swish goes wide through that chicane. And Swish, unfortunately, is going to lose out by about a second right there, as he had clawed his way back to about 3.5 seconds. Alright, let's see what the F1 gods do. As Swish just now gets a 3-second penalty, he knows he has to push. He knows he has to push, and that might make it a moot point. But let's see how the game handles this. I gotta say, your guess is as good as mine. As Chargers rounds, and it works. I believe it works, yeah. Chargers on one set of tires goes 27 laps. Hit Monza to clinch the maiden TCR Silver Class Championship. What a strategy by Chargers. And Swish is going to end up just a few seconds behind, 3.75. Fire Up is going to get P3 due to Inya's penalties. Bam Bam up in P4. Unfortunately for Bam Bam, he is not going to be holding that trophy up tonight. Case in P6, P-Dog in P7. Jippo loses it coming out of Parabolic on the final. Oh, he's just gonna do donuts because he's got about 30-some seconds. But we still do have 3 races left in the season, fellas. But a dominating performance, a brilliant strategy from whoever his version of Jeff is on the pit booth. Great stuff from Chargers all season long. Obviously the most consistent. Won the first race, wins this race. And you just have to ask yourself at this point, W, you think he's ready for Golden? Shed those assists.
True. Well, we shall see. But the Golden Class will certainly welcome him next season. I don't know if you do, but if I'm staying, then yeah, sure. Let's race. Wait, if I'm staying in
As D-Swish sprays the champion with champagne. Not sure if any of these guys are above the legal drinking age in Italy, but who cares? I certainly won't tell on them. Fire Up in P3. Good race from him as well.
All-American podium yet again. Once again.
Yeah, a very American podium. And let's see. Let's look back at Theft's. Very close from Theft. Charger P1, Fire Up P2, D Swish P3. Mixed up P2 and 3, but again, the story is going to be Chargers. Chargers 1000, winning the first ever Silver Class Championship in TCR. Congratulations to him. D-Swish, the strong P2, to add to his litany of podiums this season. Fire up in P3. Bam Bam, the Bohemian Beethoven, he's in P4. Inya in P5. Case in P6 with one of his favorite or best performances of the season. P-Dog, Brennan. What could have been for Brennan after he had a pole lap. Jippo Kano in P10 rounds out your points paying positions. And look at all those penalties, folks. Boy, that was... We're talking a lot of penalties here. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to get Chargers in here. See what he has to say. So, driver of the day, W.
Oh, you know who is it? Chargers all the way, fam. The safe bet.
Chargers game. Soft, safe bet.
Although Connor, I would not Connor.
Case did go from,
Case, yeah.
Case went from 13th to 6th. Obviously, by far the most positions gained.
If you see driver of the day from most overtakes, then yeah, strategy, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Chargers did. He did overtake the McLarens a few times after they spun, after he had already lapped them, or after he spun. Let's go to F1. I'm not sure if Chargers going to join, but let's take a look at this beautiful piece of machinery that he won the championship in. It is the Red Bull Racing Honda. Chargers, welcome. Is your audio on share? Alright, cool. Yeah, so you had the comments going wild. I don't think any of us knew that you could stretch wets for 27 laps. We didn't even know if it was legal. We didn't know if you had to pit or not. Was that your plan from the get-go, or were you motivated by D-Swish pitting a little early?
No, not really. I knew going in, I saw like the tire wear. I knew it didn't look like terrible. Like it looked like it would be like close. I feel like it'd be maybe around like 90% at the end of the race. I was thinking
Good
maybe
Lord.
it's possible. So I was just kind of like going through the race. Like after a few laps, I would check the tire wear and see how bad it was. And at the beginning, it was kind of wearing a lot. So like I figured I wouldn't be able to do it. Then around like about 12 or 13, it was still only around like 40%, so which would be around like 80, 85 at the end. So I figured like I might as well go for it. So D-Swish was faster than me, and I had a penalty, and I assumed he was gonna like catch me if I just pitted and did the same strategy as him. So yeah, I stayed out, and then I knew after I stayed out that he wasn't catching me enough to catch me at the end. And then I had like a scare when so my teammate, I re-invited my teammate during went on the straight, and when I went back into the race, my wheel like had like a weird glitch where like it was only turning like a quarter of usual. So like I ended up going into gravel after turn 1, and then I had to like unplug the wheel and plug it back in, so I lost like 5 or 10 seconds.
Yeah, we were all wondering.
But yeah, I was able to. I think the car behind me was held up D-Swish in the end.
Yeah, Swish lost a bit of time there to Inyas. And then D-Swish also made a mistake on that final lap. Otherwise, he probably would have been within 3 seconds. But the first ever champion of Silver Class, and you do it with 3 races to spare. How do you plan on celebrating it?
I don't think I clinched it yet, actually.
I thought someone said if it's first or second. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Bam Bam finished 4th.
We'll know next week.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Yeah, I think I'm like 3 or 4 points from punching it, but yeah, either way, it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I'm pretty happy about it though, for sure.
Yeah, obviously, sorry Bam Bam if I think he was the one that did the math, but But yeah. Anyways, W, you got anything for him?
Golden next season?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna have to take a few months off, like till like March probably. Maybe only do like reserve until then, but after I'm able to come back around like end of March, mid-April, I'll definitely be in Golden.
Mm.
Oh, we might actually start a bit earlier for next season, so you might want to rush it a little bit. Maybe put some lines in
Earlier than
it.
January.
Way earlier. Well, maybe February. We don't know yet.
Oh, starting then?
We're not
Oh,
we're
okay.
not sure yet. Just
Yeah, no,
because
I
of
would- yeah.
the way the new game came out. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for us. Congrats if you did win the championship, which we're gonna assume you did. If not, it's just a matter of time. And congrats on taking those wets so long. Actually, Theft did want to know in the YouTube comments. He wanted to know what you wound up on, percentage-wise, on those tires.
I can check real quick. I'm recording. I think it was around like 85 or something.
Oof.
80, 85. It was up
That
there.
is-
The last lap was very scary.
Oh, man, my tire, my inners blew out at like 70 last week. But all right, well, Chargers, congratulations. Enjoy yourself. Have some champagne.
Thanks.
If you have to hey Mr. someone, feel free. You have my blessing. But you have yourself a good night. W, I guess that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
Where are we at next week? We are in Montreal, the
Montreal,
beautiful
we
city
still
here.
have Golden Class.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, we have Golden Class and Platinum Class. Let's get to that, dude. Chill. But but yeah, we have Golden and Platinum Class same time, same place, tomorrow and Thursday, and then next week Silver, Golden, and Platinum will all be taking place at the beautiful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada, for the Canadian Grand Prix presented by Heineken. For W, for myself, Kit and Petter, I'll be signing off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race, because I know we did. See you tomorrow.